Hello, everyone. To start off, I'd like to thank you for this incredible year. It's a long time before we really got going on the channel, but for me and hopefully you, worth the wait. Gotten through 20 races across both series, a one-off, many streams, and much more to come. And in this video, I'll go over some major news that has happened mainly in the past week. So to begin here, the NXCCS race at Talladega had some violent crashes, with a total of 6 drivers taken to hospitals. The first incident happened when Sam Picard was caught up in contact with a 14 and 05, which sent the 34 slid down the banking directly into the path of the 66 of Ryan Preece. Preece impacted Picard in the left front wheel and the driver's door. The initial impact quickly turned Preece onto his side, exposing the roof to the oncoming car of Dylan Jacobs, who was drafting about a car length behind him. Jacobs impacted Preece with the roof and B-pillar located behind the window net. Impact sent both the 66 and 34 flipping, with the 34 being sent high into the air. Both drivers had to be cut from their cars. Both were unconscious at the time. The arrival of paramedics. Jacobs climbed from his number 6 under his own power. Preece and Picard were airlifted to a Birmingham hospital. Jacobs was taken by ambulance to a local hospital. He was released the next morning, has been cleared to race at Michigan. For Sam Picard, he regained consciousness en route to the hospital, but on arrival he was placed into a medically induced coma. The Qualcomm driver's list of injuries are numerous, as Sam has a broken left foot, broken left femur, 2 broken ankles, a minor concussion, bruised ribs, and lower vertebrae injuries. Picard has a very small chance of ever racing again, but we know for sure it will not be this season. For Preece, his injuries are similar but more severe. 2 broken feet, a major concussion, a skull fracture, a broken left shoulder, broken knee, bruised ribs, and damaged wrists. Preece was confirmed not to be returning to next year's competition, but this has most likely sealed off his career for good. Preece's coma was not medically induced, and since the accident has been stabilized, he's scheduled to go on many surgeries in the upcoming days. Now, later in the race, another similar crash happened. A minor bump down the backstretch saw Jacob Burrows push into the 09 of Matthew Eves, turning him across the track and down it. Eves, who's now trying to get back around and not be stuck in the back of the queue with a lot of damaged cars, came back across the track in frustration, which left the 65 of Antoine Smith with nowhere to go. Smith impacted the rear of the 09, which sent Eves sliding down the track into the path. Noah Robb, who was full throttle trying to avoid 65 and 09 spinning. Robb hit the driver's door of the 09 while the middle of the car was over the banking transition of the racetrack to the apron, which ended up resulting in Robb not hitting Eves square in the door. The 09 was then sent into the air down the track into the 12 of Skylar Dixon, who hit Eves, who was in the air driver's door down. Dixon was near Robb as well, trying to get by the wreck. Nose of the 12 hit Eves' left front wheel, and the 09 impacted the middle of the 12's roof at the area in front of the rear wheel. Eves then slid down the track and impacted the outside wall of the roof before coming to a stop near the pit entrance on the outside part of the track. Eves was never unconscious and has been since the crash. Although he has many injuries as well, he is conscious and alert. He has a broken left tibia and fibula, broken left knee, broken tailbone, a minor concussion, and a broken collarbone. It is believed that by hitting the 12 and not landing on the pavement directly may have prevented Eves from further injuries. It is unknown if Eves will return before the end of the year, but he's itching to get back in a race car and currently looks like he can have a full recovery. Noah Robb and Skylar Dixon were taken to a local hospital, and both were released before the night. Both are cleared to race, but Robb will not drive at Michigan, citing personal reasons. So with this, the 34, the 66, the 09, and 5 all need drivers from Michigan, as well as the 49 and Qualcomm, which will be at CNB. 5 will be driven by a Team Vegas Qualcomm Series driver, Nathan Ormond, as a one-race fill-in for Robb. Robb drives for Team Vegas in the Cup Series, and it made the most sense for one of the Team Vegas Qualcomm drivers to step up, as it is only one race. The 34's regular driver, Teddy Kari, is expected to return at Cicero at race 18 after his injuries sustained at Ontario, after another crash which sent him in the air. Finishing second in the driver's vote was Austin Murray, which Picard won, and unfortunately Picard just nearly lost his career. He still could lose his career, it just depends on his recovery at Talladega, so Austin Murray will now drive the 34 until Kari returns, so it'll be about 6 or 7 races. 09, Matthew Eves has announced that his Qualcomm Series driver for New Shade Industries, Eli Bright, will drive in the Cup Series. In that NXT Ford Fusion, till Eves returns, but it is unknown if Eves will return before the end of the year or not. Bright will continue to drive in Qualcomm as well. Now, for Ryan Preece, his permanent replacement will be Cody Smart in the 66 for the rest of the season, but it is unknown if Smart will return to the Cup Series in Season 2 or not. And in Qualcomm, Sam Picard's seat needs filling, so Dusty Neal will drive the number 49 in Qualcomm just like he does in the NSDCA. Now, speaking of the NSDCA, there's a big announcement to make here that my series and Brandon Morris's series, the NSDCA, have merged. So, which means our series will be under the banner of the NSDCA Excel Energy Cup Series and the NSDCA Qualcomm Series. Now, this is going to be 2 separate universes just underneath the same NSDCA name. So, drivers will run in both, but are not connected universe to universe. Might be a little confusing. If you need more explanation, just let me know. I'll find it. But the other main portion of this merger is that Discord servers will be merged, so make sure to join the new one. And if you're not in the new one and join it, it will count toward your activity this season. Next season, I will be cracking down on activity, making sure the active drivers are the ones running up in Cup and not the inactive. So if you're not commenting on the races, get started now before the activity list gets posted soon. And to close out the year, Qualcomm from CNB should be tomorrow, so we will see you there. Thanks for watching.